Okay, hello, welcome. You guys are very much welcome to this video. And today I'll be analyzing USDJPY and GBPJPY. Currently, I've been seeing a lot of setup, a very nice potential for GBPJPY. You know, I love JPY pairs, and I want to give you guys that setup back. So let's do a quick review on what we have on USDJPY and give our projection. Also, we'll go to the COT data to see what the institutional traders are doing in the market. So let's just do a review. So last week we were expecting the markets to either can give us a TP1, which the market almost did. You know, I love trading. Once the market is moving, I am trailing my order. So the market printed this candle right here. This is where I trailed. My last place I trailed before the market came and took me out. So I love trailing when the market gives me a very nice structure. So looking at what the market is doing currently, if you put this on a line chart, you see this is where we got the previous low. So this is also a change of character, right? This is a change of character. So we are still expecting the market could come to this zone, then we get another change of character telling us the market wants to really head down. It is very possible, but once we go to the COT data, see what the institutional traders are doing, then we'll have more idea of what could happen in the market, because of we could see more buying, then the market would just head up. It is very possible to happen. So let's just do a top-down analysis from our weekly to see where we have our best entries. So let's clear the charts. So starting on the weekly, let's map out our zones. That the market is most likely to react to. Let's mark up important zones. I have this zone right here, which the market is currently at and currently reacting to. So if we take, let's drag this here. Let's see kind of the overall trend. Okay, we are on a very massive uptrend. Guys. So the buyers are still likely to continue to push this market up. It is very possible. But if you still look, let's zoom out. We are on a downtrend, but we just got a change of character. I'll call it a change of character. This is the last high which have been broken, right? So we don't know if we say this is a sweep or the market has currently broke that structure. So the market is coming down. This is a very much higher time frame, and we should not kind of dwell in the information here. The information here we dwell in is how the market is reacting, not the overall trend. We are not stock investors. So let us go on with our analysis. So dropping down to the daily time frame, what are we seeing? So in the daily time frame, we could see this zone right here, this wonderful zone, which the market came and retests, which if the market breaks below here, it will become a lower high, right? So we are waiting either the market come to give us that break, or we get this right here, then a continuation. This is something that is probably to happen. It's not to happen, we are just reacting to what the market is giving us. So let's drop onto the 4 hour. So before we do any analysis on the 4 hour, let's go to the COT data to see what the institutional traders are doing. Okay, on the COT data, what are we seeing? Now last week they closed a lot of their long position and added short positions, right? And they say do the same thing this week, though the short position they added was a little bit little, but it's still telling us that these guys are still most interested in their buy-ins, right? They are still most interested in making JPY weak. See, they closed a lot of their long position, and this is weakening and opening a lot of short position for JPY, and this is weakening JPY, making USDJPY a bit strong. And we can still see them doing this same thing, repeating the same pattern, and we can continue the overall uptrend. So you see, before we had over 200, right? Over 200, we have 190 something longs, and we have either 35, but now it's 39,000 shorts. So they are slowly shifting their position to the buy side. So let's clean this. Let's erase all this. So with this in mind, let's go back to our video. Let's go back to the charts. So with this information we got from this COT data, what are we seeing? The market has been, buyers have been coming in from this zone, and the last time they came in was here, which was about 10,000. The last time they added about 10,000 longs, there are 10,000 shorts, which is long for the USDJPY, and we saw this push, and this time they added 5,000, though it's little, telling us they are shifting a little bit and they are still closing their position on the long. We are still not very sure on what they want to do, so we are relying on the market structure, we are relying on the market patterns to tell us what the market is actually doing. So we have this nice trend line here, which the market is always reacting to. Like you can see here, the market also reacted to that trend line, and we had this very nice push to the upside. And just like we analyzed last week, we still have this trend line here telling us momentum is decreasing. We are having a decrease in momentum. This is not real. So we have a decrease in momentum, right? We have this triangle, so we are waiting for a breakout. So we also have this nice support zone right here. That's why the market is kind of currently in a range. Market is currently in a ranging market. We also have this nice resistance zone. So the market is currently on a range, and this is what I would say I'm expecting. If the market breaks above this zone, let me say the institutional traders begin to add more buy position and we have a break. So on the retest of this zone will be a very nice long position to the upside. But once we see a break here, this will give us a clear direction that okay, the institutional traders or the big players really want to take the market way to the downside. So this is what we are expecting. For my short position when I see a break, so I'll be going for a short. I'm going for a short position when I see a break. So this is where I'll be going for my short position. Once I see a break, I would like to take out this low right here, then this will be my entry, right? And if I see a break above, this will be my entry right here to take out this high, that lower high right there. So this is what I'll be doing. This is the one is to okay, 1:3, very nice. So this is what I'm anticipating for USDJPY to give me for this coming week or for the coming move once we see the market give us a shift either from the upside of the buyers or from the sellers. So let's go to the GBPJPY to see what the market is giving us. So for GBPJPY, what am I seeing? We are just in a very bullish uptrend. Just as we see here, the market has been trending up, and we have seen that the JPY is strong, but the GBP is also very strong compared to the USDJPY. So any weakness we get from the GBP, from the JPY, this will further give us a bullish sentiment for GBPJPY, and a very strong one at that. So let's start from the weekly to plot out our zones. So on the weekly, what are we seeing? Well, we have these two resistance and support zone right there. Let me clear this. We have these two supports, this support and also this resistance zone. So we are either waiting for a break out above this zone. This one I would say is over 80% chance it could happen, or we can get a push down. Sellers could come from that zone and take price right to the downside. As I'm also seeing this channel right here, the market is on a channel, right? I'm seeing this channel right here, and this channel is called I'll say flag. It's a flag pattern, as buyers are the one who took price first, then we begin to see. So we could see something like this. That's why I say that buy move is over 80% chance it could happen. So let's drop down to our daily time frame to see where we have a much better zone. So on the daily time frame, what are we seeing? Let's mark up our zones. So we are seeing this very nice zone on the daily time frame, which the market is currently reacting at. And what we can see is that we are seeing this trend line right here, which the market just reacted to, and this is an ascending triangle telling us buyers are very, very, very strong, and we will expect or be seeing a break anytime soon, either to the upside or just to this side. Though we are expecting a breakout from this zone. This is what I am seeing, or what I'm anticipating for the market to give us this coming week. So first we want to see a break of this initial resistance. Then on the retests, we are now having kind of a very strong possibility of breaking that strong weekly resistance zone. So let's clear the chart a little. So as we have seen on the COT data, on the JPY, sellers are getting strong, making the JPY a bit weak, not very weak, but the GBP is strong on its own, telling us even though the JPY is strong, the GBP is also strong. So any weakness we get from the GBP is a very nice opportunity for us to see this break right here, right? And once we get this break, then we are expecting a pullback, then a continuation. So this is what I am expecting the market to give us for this coming week for GBP. This is what I'm expecting the market to give me for GBP. Once I see the break on the retest of that zone, I'll be entering for my trade. So I'm going for a long once I see that move, or either the market reacts, just like I said, the market could push down to this trend line, even break this trend line, then continue to the downside. The buy is more likely to happen for me. This is what I'm sensing, or I'm perceiving what the market is doing. No, the market is a collective behavior of everybody. So I would say everybody here is buying, including me. I don't want to go against everybody in the market. So this is what I'm expecting the market to give us. Either the market comes to give us this nice buy right here. We have this buy, taking it to this zone right here, right? Make it a 1:3. Okay, nice. This is the 1:3 trade. So if the market comes to the market break above that zone, the retest, on the retest, that's where I'll be going in for my long position. And if the market doesn't give us that break, because we want to see a break before we can say okay, we want to buy, the market is currently on a very strong resistance zone, so we could still see sellers step in, right? We could still see sellers step in. So before I'll be seeing or I'll be going for a short, I want to see a change of character. Like I always say that on this channel, wait for a change of character whenever you want to take a trade on any pair, right? So this is a very short move for me. That's why I'm not really interested for the sell, because of I love when the market is moving on a very long distance, right? The market is moving for a very long time, so to give me more time to relax, and instead of looking at the markets. So also, if the market doesn't give us that, once we get a change of character, to the downside, this will tell us that sellers really want to take price to that trend line at least, right? But I'm more expecting for the market to give us that break to the upside. So if you find this video helpful, do it to give it a thumbs up. And also, if it's your first time watching my channel, do it to subscribe, so whenever I drop a nice content like this, you'll be the first person to get it. Do it to smash that notification icon. So whenever I drop a nice content, you'll be among the people to be notified. So when else we meet again, I wish you guys a happy trading and peace out, guys.